the Sunshine Family and what to wear in Costa Rica. Yes, I'm gonna dedicate a live video about it because I am part of some Costa Rica travel groups and Costa Rica expat groups, and especially for Costa Rica travelers, I think that if you are, for example, Costa Rica traveler and you are thinking about what to wear in Costa Rica, I want to help you save a lot of space in your bag and prevent that you have to drag along stuff that can be lighter. And it's the same kind of stuff that you can use for specific things. So if you want to know what it is, I'm also promising you that I'm gonna give you a piece of advice that, sorry, I believe no one else gave you that, and it is also limiting the amount of stuff you have to drag along with you. And it is both stuff that I wear all the time in Costa Rica. I might even dare to say you have seen me wearing it in my videos here on the channel. Now, if you are new to the channel, I wanted to warm welcome you. And now this is a live video. If you would like, let me know that you're live and where you're streaming from. Just say hi in the comments below. You can help me sound check because it's always, you know, I'm not sure if you can hear me loud and clear. I think my Wi-Fi is good enough. And if you want to subscribe and hit the bell icon, that means that you're going to be notified every time I upload a new video or when I go live. And that might be exactly the topic that I will be sharing information about that you were searching for. So I leave it up to you. But let me start helping those two type of groups who are thinking or wondering what to wear in Costa Rica. The traveler group and the people who will be living in Costa Rica group. From both groups I get questions. What should I bring? What can you buy there? What can you not buy there? So of course my experience is more or less very broad about the area where I live. So you should also know that I live in, I dare to say, the hottest part of Costa Rica. Overall, through all the whole year round. I live on the peninsula of Nicoya. That's between Montezuma and Santa Teresa. I live in between towns. And everything that I'm wearing, well, just look at all my videos and you get a big impression. But I will, of course, explain what materials I search for, because it's not a coincidence what I'm wearing. So I'm gonna save the best tip for last. So I'm inviting you to stick to my video so you get my best tip, that I am so happy that I discovered that. But let me start with a most funny tip that you probably haven't seen anyone posting about. And this is for the people, the travelers, who want to do in a specific amount of time, the most amount of activities. That means you guys are dragging along the maximum amount of stuff, because you're probably going to travel around through Costa Rica in the mountains, at the beaches, where it's colder, where it's warmer. You want to go to the beach, you want to go in the forest. So you basically need swimming gear, shoes, warm clothing, trousers, shoes, flip-flop, like, you know, that's a lot of stuff. But I'm gonna start helping you to save a lot of weight with the most heavy thing that most Costa Rica travelers are dragging along with them, and that's hiking boots. Because yeah, you are right, when you're traveling to Costa Rica and you wonder, well, what do I wear when I do a hike? That's a big question that I see all the time in travel groups. What kind of shoes do you wear? What kind of shoes are you wearing when you go crossing rivers and stuff, or up in the mountains when it's colder? Well, I discovered something that I wear all the time in Costa Rica, also when I'm hiking. Oh, Randy, that's a great question. I'm gonna answer that right away. Andy just asked me live, and this is the benefit of hopping on live. Drop your questions and I will answer them at the spot. Did you pack all your clothes from home, is what Randy Pardon is asking me, or did you also buy stuff there? In both scenarios, when I was traveling through Costa Rica to explore Costa Rica, and when I moved here, I did both. I packed clothing and I bought clothing, because here's key number one. And that was also the group that I was mentioning. If you're gonna travel through Costa Rica and you wanna see the maximum amount of Costa Rica, you have cold weather, warm weather, beach weather, hike weather, rainy proof weather. Perhaps you're gonna climb a volcano, you're gonna be in hot springs. Like you need to be multitasking, but also trust my words on this. If you're gonna go to a cooler part of Costa Rica, in cooler parts of Costa Rica, in the supermarkets, they sell warm clothes. If you go to a beach town where there's beaches, they sell bikinis and towels and beach gear and flip-flops. So if you're smart, you do not drag everything along with you if you have a specific order of where you're gonna go. Specifically, for example, if you start in Santa Teresa, you only need clothing that you see me wearing. I wear very light and natural materials. This is 100% cotton, and I bought this here, and or it's linen or it's cotton, but it's never acrylic. Never. Why? I sweat out of my pants when I wear acrylic. And it's not comfortable. Also, right now, in the hottest time of the year, oh, Randy's saying, what was it like emotionally leaving when everything behind and starting over? Was it ever hard at times? That's a great question. I actually made a whole series of videos about that on my channel, about mindset stuff, letting go. So please, I'm going to invite you to go to my channel, click on my channel banner where you see Dirk and Muriel, the Sunshine Family, and click on videos, and then go through all my titles. And there is like, just go through my titles and find those videos where I touch on what I found scary and how I took the leap. But basically, I moved to Costa Rica, leaving everything behind. I do not have a business or a house or whatsoever back in the Netherlands. We came with 2 children, with 4 people, each just 2 suitcases and 1 little backpack. And in that backpack, there was our laptops. That was our online business. So I just also want you to know that when you know how to make your living in Costa Rica or anywhere, Randy, you're welcome. Randy's saying great, thanks. My biggest benefit, and I want that for everyone, if you know how to make money from all around the world using your laptop, you don't really worry so much about what to bring, because what you need, you buy at the spot. The only thing you need is your knowledge, your head, your brains, your mind in action, your brains in action / the mind, a laptop, and then just make your living, have cash flow, and buy what you need. So this was my point. What I brought was the foundation. So I wear very light stuff, and this doesn't weight anything at all. So you can just easily have. If I would come, I would not bring more than 2 dresses, but bring some important basics that you cannot buy in Costa Rica so easily. Although I know you can buy this, but there's not so much choice. The hikers, if you're gonna travel to Costa Rica and you wanna hike, you wanna see the mountains, shoes is something that's hard to buy at the spot. Hiking boots, because it's also personal. What kind of feet do you have? What kind of hikes are you gonna do? I love hiking through rivers, through mountains, on dusty roads, through the jungle, everything. Now, I did all of that with these shoes. And these shoes are called 5-finger shoes. And perhaps you think, those are weird, those look ugly. I swear, I have 3 pairs of these. 1 for hiking on a dry, here there's still sand coming out because I really hike the mountains with these. These are not specifically made to hike through rivers, but I also have those. Where are they? I have 3 pairs. These are in for the gym. So this is super light. Can you imagine that if you're not wearing your hiker boots and you go to Santa Teresa, that you're gonna hate your shoes because they are hanging on your backpack and you're like, oh, my bag is so heavy. These are super light and you can hike through mountains. You can choose if you love these and you know what your plans are. I would choose a 5-finger shoe that is water resistant and that is made to be wet and dry up, be wet and dry up. And you also, if you think, well, I'm not especially hiking through rivers and mountains and that, but just, yeah, sometimes they're gonna be wet. You have these with Gore-Tex. That means that they're water resistant and they're breathing in and out, and you know, you kind of keep your feet dry when you go through some water. But these are super light and super, you see the down part of these shoes, those prevent it. It's really better than slippery hiking boots, mindles and stuff. I used to wear them when I was traveling back in the day without kids, with Dirk around the world. They were amazing when I hiked the Annapurna circuit in Nepal, but still, I swear I could have done that with these as well, because they're very not flexible at the, you know, the down part of strong hiking boots. And this is actually, this just put a layer around your foot, and you just can make this movement. You see, I don't know, the movement. And this gives you a grip on what you're walking on. I love these. And I actually discovered these thanks to a friend who lives in Costa Rica like I do. And she invited me to hike with, am I still here? Yes. Am I back? Can you let me know if you see me? You can also buy these for in the gym. So if you really want to work out, in the gyms here in Santa Teresa, most people train on bare feet, but there's gyms, they do not allow to train on bare feet. So you have these also for in the gym. And honestly, in the plane, I have wear those in the plane as well. They're super comfy. You can, oh yeah, I wanted to say I'm not affiliate based connected with these shoes, although I could share an Amazon link, but you know, this is not how I make my living. I make my living a completely other way, with high ticket commission and coaching and stuff. But you can order these on Amazon. But this brand is called Vibram. So you have these in all types, for workouts, for hiking, for wet hiking, for dry hiking. But there's one but. If you have a little bit weird toes, you have people with toes that are like this, or weird sizes of toes, it can be a challenge to get these on. Okay, so I'm gonna be realistic, it's not for everyone, but if you kind of have a foot that fits in this, I swear this is gonna make your life much easier and helping you know what to wear in Costa Rica. Okay, I'm gonna just jump in with my best tip, because you know I'm already talking for 13 minutes because I have a hard time keeping it short. But if you're gonna go to Costa Rica, you can buy this everywhere, even in the supermarket. But I always, also when I was traveling through Costa Rica, always had a sarong with me. Why? It's light, you can use it as a towel, so you can use it on the beach, you can use it if you are sleeping in dormitories, because and you can wipe your nose with it when you're super warm. But also you can wear these like skirts, tops, whatever. You can do anything with those. But I discovered something that's gonna make it more multitask thing. How about this? Making a hole in it, and then you can use it. Let me demonstrate. I have a little mic here, so I don't want to throw my mic off. I use this as protection against the sun when I'm on the quad or on the beach on the hottest time of the day. You see, it protects my shoulders. You can wear it also like this. You can play around with that. Well, you probably, if you use your imagination, you can use it like this. And the funny thing is that I see no one doing this. Now, I had my handy mother-in-law who fixed this for me, but the thing is, I use a little band. You can buy this often in clothing repair shops or whatsoever, sometimes even in supermarkets. So you have to cut like this, a line, and then secure that with this band. But there's also clothes, but perhaps before you leave, fix this before you leave. And just one sarong, you can use it for everything, even like this. So yeah, I'm just saying, you know, one sarong is super light, much lighter than the heavy towel, together with the 5-finger shoes, is what I was wearing when I'm wearing. You see me, I have like 10 of these, and I'm wearing these on the hottest times of the day. And you even see me wear those. What I will always bring, and what I always brought to Costa Rica, also when I was traveling through Costa Rica, is one long legging, which, because I always work out everywhere I am, I can work out in these, but I can also sit in buses or planes with these, because the material of plane chairs and bus chairs can be irritating when you are wearing shorts, right? So I always have one of these in a neutral color that you can use for different reasons, but also when there's lots of mosquitoes or where you're hiking through the jungle, just you have your long things. But see how small this package is? And I just ordered this. This is like a, I don't know, I just ordered this. This is from a brand in the Netherlands. I don't even know what it is, but Nike has very good, you have this from all kinds of brands. So find one very good of these with your legging. Hi, from Texas. I'm glad people from Texas are watching. And then, well, my 5-finger shoes. I threw them on the ground. I have my mic on. My 5-finger shoes. And then I had one warm thing, which I always go in layers. So, but I brought this from the Netherlands. Do you believe it? I came here 4 years ago. This is a very lightweight from Bjorn Borg. Actually, I bought this in a second-hand store. I love vintage. This was not expensive, guys, but it's Hydro Pro. So I checked the material, and yes, it does dry really fast, and it kind of isolates, and it's close to the skin. And with a t-shirt beneath, scar like a sarong, it's very. So this is the most heaviest material that I think you need, like something warm. And a long pant. So don't come with jeans, please, because jeans are super heavy, and don't come with heavy towels because it's heavy, you know. And you can buy towels in Costa Rica that have towels. Do you believe me? Also, very, very, very important. Hold on, let me just grab it because it fell. Sun protection. I would not bargain on a good sunglasses. I don't have them here around me. Bring good sunglasses, and caps you can buy everywhere. This is what I always wear at the beach, something that gives shade, and sunglasses, because I get very easily sunblind. And all the other things is depending on what you like to wear. You know, this dress is super light. When you have 2 of these, oh, I have a very good tip about what to wear. I am totally fan of Crocs. These are so light. I bought these in San Jose. So here you go. You don't have to bring everything. Go to San Jose. Go to Escazú or Santa Ana. Go to a big mall, or just bring Crocs. Those are super, super comfy and way more lighter than all the Havaiana flip-flops. I swear I only walk on flip-flops and things like this. I have 2 pairs of Crocs, and that's what I'm using. That's it. And you don't need that much. You don't need that much. So, yes, Crocs. SB Living Texas says, I love Crocs. Well, I love Crocs because they're super light, and they give some kind of pressure back. I don't know what material they make, but I do know they are for sale in Costa Rica. So don't worry too much about what you should bring. You cannot bring everything. So again, if you're gonna really hike very high in the mountains, I don't have raincoats. When I need a raincoat, I have like a poncho, but I buy these in the supermarket here. But if you're really gonna hike in the mountains, of course, you pay more attention to that. But you know, the simple things, I think, why are people thinking about what to wear in Costa Rica? Do I need to bring everything that I'm wearing in Costa Rica? Heck no. Costa Rica is an amazing country, and especially in Escazú, you have the city malls. They have a lot of stores where you can buy everything that you couldn't bring or that you did not want to drag along with you. So, but what do you think about that tip with that sarong? Like literally, it has bettered my life. And yeah, with that being said, I hope that I could serve you, in this case, about what to wear in Costa Rica. Still, who is still watching, I wanted to highlight, when you start living in Costa Rica, you will find out that you don't need that much stuff. So if you're gonna move to Costa Rica and want to be living here, I would want to advise you, get rid of all your clothing. You don't need winter coats and stuff. And if it's getting colder, of course, depending on where you're gonna be living, hopefully you know that, but if you need a warmer coat, depending on the area where you're gonna live, I assure you, you can buy that stuff in the same area, in a city mall whatsoever. So don't think Costa Rica is a third world country. They have very modern malls here where they sell basically everything except for special items, like I've shown you, the 5-finger shoes. You want to fit those, right? And not every store has them in Costa Rica. And with that being said, and a good sunglass, well, there's also brand shops here in Costa Rica, but I never travel without sunglasses, because also on a ferry or in a bus or whatsoever, sometimes the sun is bright, you don't know where you're sitting, and you have your sunglasses, or when you're tired. A durable board shorts and lightweight t-shirts, bam, yeah, of course. Lightweight is always best, and they sell those here as well. So yeah, I hope that you can benefit somehow from my video. It's kind of chaotic, but it's because I'm doing it live. I prefer it way more than making a video and editing and uploading, because now I can have a connection with you. Oh yeah, I was saying, when I started to live in Costa Rica, I found out that the tiny amount of clothing that I brought, I wasn't even wearing those, really seriously. So I would advise you, let go of all your stuff and buy all the clothing in the area where you're gonna live, and just bring one dress and one short and one t-shirt whatsoever, and the rest will come. Traveling light is the best that you can do in Costa Rica, because it's often warm. And I see backpackers walking through Costa Rica with those very warm boots on. I'm like, oh my goodness, I know how your feet feel, because I've been hiking with these in Nepal, and in Kathmandu it was super hot, and I also wear those in India, and then I hated them because it was like Santa Teresa. And I wish that I didn't bring those heavy boots, but they were handy when I did the Annapurna circuit. But now, if I would know this before, I would hike the Annapurna circuit on my 5-finger shoes that I use here for hiking. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and don't hesitate to check out my channel for other topics. Topics about how difficult or easy it was to leave my home country, the Netherlands, and move to Costa Rica, how it was for the kids, how about schools in Costa Rica. Your life is flowing well, the internet good overall in Costa Rica? That's the question. Yes, overall the internet is good. However, at the Caribbean, there's not so many places with fiber optic, which is the highest quality internet that you can get. We chose to buy property with fiber optic because we're digital nomads, we have our businesses, we work from home online. That's why we can live this amazing lifestyle without looking at pricing and stuff. And that is a benefit. But for all those who just need to use the internet, depends on what you need, uploading, downloading stuff, doing Zoom meetings, streaming. Overall, the internet is great. It's best in fiber optic places, but overall, where I've been, there was good internet. And the most overall Airbnbs show it that how the internet quality is, and just always read the testimonials below, Airbnb places, locations to stay, because if they say the internet is great in the advertisement, but people say the internet was bad and I couldn't connect, then you don't want to be there if you're relying on the internet. But overall, that's why I love Costa Rica. And you are very welcome, SB Living Texas, for asking and for sticking with me. And I'm very grateful for my life. Yes, for sure. We chose this life. We chose to come here with a limited amount of stuff. And I assure you, even if you get rid of all your stuff, we threw everything away. Oh, I see Puerto Escondido internet is not good. Well, there you go. There is places with bad internet. check it out. Don't just rent out long-term. Don't rent a long-term place from a distance when you haven't done a speed test, for example. Always check out places in the area before you commit long-term to stay somewhere, because you really have a bad time if you find out that the internet is not working and you cannot work from your home and you always have to go somewhere else. It's gonna break you up. So go to the spot. By the way, I wrote an ebook, 7 Steps to Move to Costa Rica, where I share all my tips, how it felt, how it was for me, tips and tricks on how to survive, you know, letting go of what you know and stepping in the unknown. There is strategies for it. I shared it in my ebook. Go to the description below all my videos and you will find a link that leads to the page with info about my book. It might be handy for you. And my legs are burning because I'm standing with my legs in the sun and with my body in the shade. It's so warm, and I'm happy with what I'm wearing in Costa Rica because it's 100% cotton. This is material from Bali, but there's this lady, she makes clothing. The shop is called Swell, and it is in Santa Teresa, but I'm sure that they have this type of material everywhere. But always pay attention to the material of your clothing. Warm places buy 100% natural material. I can ramble on, guys. I kept on rambling on because I saw some comments coming in, but I will do more lives. If you like, let me know in the comments below my video if you want me to do Q&A. I can also do Q&As. Another question. What are you all planning for supper today? Just curious. Well, actually, I'm not making anything for supper. I ate a big breakfast called gallo pinto. That's with beans and eggs and stuff. And I'm gonna watch the sunset. There's a DJ coming in my favorite beach places, and I'm just gonna bite. So I had like a big breakfast. I ate a light lunch with a smoothie, fresh fruit from my tree, and I'm gonna eat something light around sunset, around 8, if I'm still hungry. And that's more or less what I eat. I assure you, when you're living in the tropics, then you don't need 3 very big meals. I rather eat more in the morning and at lunch than in the evening because it feels better. I also wake up very early these days, around 5, because you can do more before 9. At 9 it's already too warm to go to the beach, if you ask me, and go to bed more early. So I am adjusting my eating pattern on that, especially in the hottest time of the year. But tomorrow I'm gonna make a pasta, and it's cooler than yeah, exactly. It's cooler than in the early morning, and I'm not the only one. There's more people. There's a lot of living and vibing, and people going to work and doing things on their land, spraying the watering the plants and stuff around 5-6 o'clock a.m. because the sun is not so bright on the plants. So that's also a tip on what to wear in Costa Rica. In the morning it can be a little chilly, so when I go on the quad to the gym, I always work out at 6:30 in the morning these days. I'm wearing this thingy on my quad, but like, even it's not really necessary. Anyways, guys, I got to let you go. Ow, I'm standing between some ants here and they think that my food is yummy. Yeah, and you can also say, why don't you wear socks and protect your feet? And I'm like, you know, you cannot just wear long socks all day or long pants because of the insects. When will you announce your next live ahead of time? Perhaps it might be an idea if I said, would you like me to do a Q&A session, for example? Then I would be happy to announce it. I am very impulsive in my talks, in my things. Okay, well, yes, okay, a Q&A. You know what? The next live is gonna be a Q&A based on your request, and I love to honor that. That's why I do this. This is for you guys. I'm an easy talker. You probably have found that out. When you have you will have many entities. Yeah, that might. I know a lot of people watch my recordings, and you're right. It gives people a chance to plan it in. I will announce it, and you can see it on my channel. You have to be sure that you are subscribed and that you hit the bell icon. In that case, you always get an announcement when I go live. So you get an email notification or something, so you never have to miss it. And bring your questions, and I'm happy to answer them at the spot. I will do it next week for sure, perhaps already in a couple of days. And for now, I have to step away from the ends. And love to meet you one day in Costa Rica. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. This was Muriel from the Sunshine Family about what to wear in Costa Rica.